Hi, welcome to Tech for Execs, a series of short videos designed to demystify the latest trends in technology. Our goal is to burn off the buzzwords and jargon and explain in clear English exactly what those trends mean for business. Unfortunately, a lot of technology companies continue to sell their products and services by spraying fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Tech for Execs pushes the anxiety to the side and replaces it with straight answers. My name is Lisa Remsa, and I'm with a company called SL Powers. For more than 30 years, we've been teaching companies to earn more and save more by the strategic use of information technology. Today, we're going to take the mystery out of a threat that has victimized hundreds of thousands of American businesses. And even if you don't recognize the most popular strains of ransomware, they go by names like CryptoLocker, Locky, or CryptoWall, chances are you already know one or more of their victims. You know how a biological virus spreads. Most often it attaches to a host cell and uses that person's universe of contacts to multiply throughout the population, or as much of it can become infected. Stop shaking hands, people! Computer viruses spread in much the same way, but instead of a handshake, today's cyber victims become infected by clicking on an infected website link or an email attachment. That's all it takes. Unlike the perpetrators who wrote your grandmother's malware way back in the early 2000s, these criminals aren't interested in corrupting your data or even stealing your data. Rather, they encrypt your data so that no one can use it and make you pay ransom to get it back. Here are the facts. At its early peak, more than 90,000 companies a month were being infected with ransomware. In recent months, that number has been swamped by a wave of exploits authorities say they had never before witnessed. More about that in a moment. 95% of successful ransomware attacks involve employees clicking on things they shouldn't. How do you know you've been hit? You log in one morning and go looking for your data, but find a pop-up window like this instead. And while these malicious actors won't win any awards for grammar or writing style, they do provide a convenient timer, which counts down the hours you have to pay before the custom de-encryption key, which unscrambles your data and no one else's, is deleted forever. Usually you're given 2 to 4 days, although some variants give you more time, with ransom demands that increase every day. When you click the button to learn more, you are redirected to a third-party website that gives payment instructions, usually in untraceable money packs or bitcoins. A typical ransom might run anywhere from $300 to $1,000, depending on the bitcoin's then current exchange rate, but one California hospital forked over $17,000 after more than a week of conducting business with pens and paper. And there is growing evidence that if you pay the ransom once, you are more likely to be infected again, often for a higher extortion. Why are infection rates growing so fast? Because ransomware kits are now being sold to less sophisticated would-be criminals as a subscription service. That's right, for a modest setup fee, you too can subscribe to a ransomware on-demand service. And thousands of new criminal entrepreneurs have begun propagating their own flavor of crypto to their own universe of potential victims. It's turned into a gold rush of cybercrime, and companies of every size are getting serious about fighting back. Can you defend against it? While there is no magic ransomware shield, we've found that layering multiple approaches to information and network security makes it harder for the bad guys to get in, and makes it less painful for you if they do. A next-generation firewall with its state-of-the-art features activated and vigorously managed can provide protection at the network's edge and make it more difficult for the cybercriminals to make you their next victim. And if they should get in, well, how recent is your backup? Even more critical, how long has it been since you tested restoring your data? Good answers to those questions empowers you to ignore the attack and rapidly restore your environment to the way it was before the attack. It is not fear-mongering to emphasize the importance of having a tested, business-class backup and restore solution. If you're in a high-volume business, your backup should be frequent. We have clients for whom we back up their data every 15 minutes. If your data is critical, your backup should reside in a secondary site, preferably one that is geographically distant and physically secure. And if you want to get down to the heart of the matter, your backups need to be restored on a test basis as often as possible. There's nothing worse than spending money on a backup system only to find out that it will take days to restore the network so your people can get back to work. Finally, you need to address the weakest link in the cybersecurity chain, your employees. We provide end-user security training programs that educate your people on what to do and, even more important, what to stop doing before it's too late. Our trainers explain what the bad guys are up to and what a breach could mean to your business in a fun and memorable way. So let's recap. CryptoLocker, Locky, CryptoWall. There are many others. They are all variations of malware that encrypt your data and make you pay ransom to get it back. Ransomware infections grew by 4,000% last year and are propagating even faster than that this year. An aggressively managed, multi-layered network security solution can make it harder for ransomware packets to access your environment. A data protection solution that includes frequent backups, think multiple times an hour, not once a day, will enable you to roll past a ransomware attack like a semi-truck rolling over a paperclip, but only if you've tested restoring your data. And never lose sight of the weakest link, your employees, who can absentmindedly click on a link or an attachment and plunge your entire network into a world of hurt. They need to be educated and updated and brought into the solution. We hope you've gained something from this edition of Tech for Execs. Next month, we'll explore allowing employees to bring your own mobile devices to work with them. The business implications are a lot more complicated than you'd think. Until then, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment or follow us on Facebook or Twitter. You can also visit our website at slpowers.com/slp-tube to learn about our in-person customer training programs. I'm Lisa Remsa. Be careful out there.